Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It is me, the Deaconator. Yeah, all right, cringy. It's me, Ben. We are here today to tell you, as some of you may well recall, in March of this year, I broke my ulna in New Zealand at Crankworx. It wasn't a big crash. It wasn't an amazing, fantastic, look at that spectacular crash. It was the biggest squid going down the hill, front wheel slide, and I just went straight into a tree. So the whole reason I'm making this video today is to show you the steps I took. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I break any bone in the body, straight away I'm on YouTube to see how long the recovery is going to take and what people do to speed it up. So this is my story. Oi, oi. Right, sports fans, the day didn't end well. I had a little accident on the downhill. Me and Rotorua are not binding well, so I ended up breaking my forearm, which isn't the one. So we're now going to go up to the hospital, sort this out. Who'd have thought it, we're back at Rotorua Hospital, just like the whip off 2 years ago.
You hit pretty hard.
The only good thing is I survived the whip off. Survived! I'm loving it. Fucking loving it. Unfortunately, broke my arm in the downhill.
Do it for Dorset! Go on for Dorset! Put it in for Dorset!
He's alright, I think. No, he's alright.
Yeah, Ben! So that is it. We've been there 4.5 hours. Broken arm, not the best. If you remember, 2 years ago, we were in exactly the same position outside this place. And these two Burks come to pick us up, and they're still here, living it up.
Open the burger. That looks so wank.
Morale in a box. Right guys, so I'm 3 weeks post-injury now, and we've come to a surgery that deals with magnetic field therapy. So basically that's strapped around the cast. Apparently it works with the cast on, and this is hopefully going to regenerate the bone tissue or whatever it does. I'm obviously not a specialist, but fingers crossed this helps things out. So you can see here, we've got the machine, it's strapped on, just means I'm sat here for 2 hours. So hopefully all goes well. It's 4:30 in the morning and we're off to a specialist today called Brian Simpson to hopefully try a new treatment to hopefully get this fixed pretty sharpish. So I've driven 3 hours to Ipswich to here, the Physiotherapy Health Centre. We're going to see a guy today called Brian Simpson, and we're going to try something called laser therapy to hopefully speed this thing up. So obviously here we are, starting the laser therapy. As you can see, I get to wear these really cool glasses at the same time. So win-win, let's hope it's doing something. And there we go, I've left my little memento. Done my couple of sessions with these guys. Hopefully it speeds things up and we will get back to training ASAP. Right, so you're probably wondering why I'm doing this video. Like most people, if you've injured yourself, you want to know exactly how long it takes before you can go and play your computer games again, before you can ride a bike and all that jazz. So it's quite generic. In short, NHS, whether you're 6 or 60, they obviously have a criteria. They're a great service, but if you're a professional sportsman, you obviously need to get back on your tools as quickly as possible. So this now is 5 weeks. I've admittedly brought this forward 3 weeks. I don't think the doctor's going to be too happy. aim is to try and get the cast off, just to try and get a bit more movement, but I don't want to chance that until I see the x-rays, just to make sure that, you know, the bones have knitted to some degree, so I'm not putting undue force through it. So let's go check it. Wish me luck. Waiting game. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we go get an x-ray so we can check this bone out. Fingers crossed. Cast is split down the middle is so I could still fly with it. Obviously you get a bit of swelling as you take off, so I obviously still went to the Melon Optic shoot in Barcelona and recently went to the World Cup at the weekend to watch Brendan, so hopefully now it means that they can take this off. We're expecting a really tiny small arm with loads of hair underneath.
Pretty much, yeah. Perfect. It's going to be really stiff when you take it off on your elbow. Right?
Cool.
To be expected. It's worse than blokes as well. Don't know why.
Sorry for the smell.
Can you squeeze your arm out?
Oh.
Perfect with them.
And there is a tiny little arm. No bicep whatsoever. I've just had the cast off. Two bad things. One, I've obviously lost on my muscle, which is to be expected. It's a very hairy arm. And secondly, it's very, very stiff. So fingers crossed, we're going to x-ray now. Let's see how we've got on. Cast has now come off. There's a bit more movement. I'm amazed my bicep and tricep even allow my arm to move with how big it is at the moment. But the good news is every sort of little exercise is gradually freeing up. We're just waiting for the x-ray now.
Most go through that.
Yeah.
How are you?
Just done x-ray. We're now having to give our card back to the doctors and then they're going to review it and let me know the answer. Now come into a little waiting room waiting on the doctor's opinion. Obviously won't be able to film that, so I'll let you know on the flip side. Right, so as you can see, there's a before and there's an after. Right, so I've just left the hospital. Couldn't be happier. As you saw, I was in a full cast. They've now put me in a little back slab that enables me to take my hand out, get the movement back and all that good jazz. Just goes to show that they wanted to see me in 3 weeks time initially to get the full cast removed. The problem you've got with that, 3 weeks of having your arm in a full cast, you know, lots, muscle deterioration as you've well seen, and lack of movement, so I'm super pumped. Now it's time, unfortunately, for the long road to recovery with physio. Right guys, for 7 weeks post injury, we've come back to the hospital now for a little review. Let's wait and see what they say. Back to the x-ray. See what's going on. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's all good to go. You know the drill, drop it in again. Seen the doc, he's quite happy with everything. So now it's just a case of focusing on the rehab, getting the strength back in it, getting the mobility, and we can gently ride our bike, not too mad, but get it to the stage where it's a lot stronger. X-ray now is 7.5 weeks post-injury, so as you can see, it's still in a healing stage, but he said that now it's a state where we can start the rehab pretty hard, get back on the bike, not go mad, but certainly go up to a standard where you're comfortable and there's not any pain. So hopefully with this video, guys, it's helping you for if you've broken your ulna like myself, you can have an estimate of how long it takes to get back on the road again. So we saw the hospital yesterday. That is week 7 after injury. We've obviously smashed the rehab. We're now going to have a checkup with physio fitness. Just had a session with Tom Jenkins, really knows his stuff. We've gone to the point of massaging the shoulder to try and loosen it off, strength work done with my arm, and all things are looking good. Now it's a case of carrying on with the rehab, getting in the gym, getting the mobility going, and we will go from there. A few weeks down the line now, obviously you can see the muscle definition is starting to come back, the movement is starting to come back. Now it's a case of trying to get back on the bike, which is essentially what my job is. And I've been sent something by the guys here at Sender Ramps. May look like a bit of fun and all that good stuff, but we get it set up and I'll show you why it's beneficial for me. This is obviously what we put the bike on which enables us to learn how to manual. But from a rehab point of view, it's great because obviously it's the forearms that get used quite a lot in my sport. So it's just a case of just almost working it like a bit of a rehab machine to help that strength. So you can sort of see I'm not only having to use my arm to pull me up, at the same time I'm using a lot of grip strength to just try and stay in that position. Cool, so until the next one, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a like. Be sick if you subscribe, and until the next one, see you in a bit. Oi, oi.
First place with a time of 56.625, representing DMR and Knockoff, Ben Deacon!
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi.